Tyler, how are you doing? I've got your watch here. It is evaluation day, so let's evaluate. First things first, let's talk about the numbers. Super typical for a 6139. It's unrestored. Not bad. Usual thing. I mean, people who see these videos regularly will look at this and say, yep, that's exactly typical for an unrestored 6000 series watch. And here we are. Low amplitude, not terribly low. It's definitely gluey. This jump right here, this is the watch trying to push over the minute counter because I have the chronograph running. So it's so gluey that there's enough resistance that it significantly slows the watch and drops the amplitude just trying to do that. It's obviously needs servicing. This is real low for one of these. And it's got some beat error, but it's not deadly. It's, it is what it is. I don't see, you notice there's no chop, there's no noise, no grossness. It's just running weakly, and it's got some beat error, and it's also obviously having trouble pushing over the minute counter hand, which we're going to see again here in probably just a second or so. We'll see that thing shoot up. Let's just watch for that for fun. Come on. Well, we'll come back to it because I'm sure we're going to see it in just. Oh, there it is. There it is, pushing over the minute counter hand. Okay, the movement is filthy. It's got there's a few things. The case back was barely on, really barely on, and you can see that this ring, this is the spring for the movement ring. This is the movement ring, and there's a spring in it, and that presses against the back underside of the case, and it holds the movement firmly. This is all rusty. The case back was barely on. I could turn it off with my fingers. So that's not good. There's under magnification, there's flakes and junk everywhere inside the movement. So obviously it needs cleaning. I don't know if I'm going to be able to save this, if this is just surface rust or if that got eaten. We'll have to see. Not much really else to talk about now. I haven't checked the mainspring. Would you focus? Oh, there's a lot of slop in there. The mainspring arbor, which is the axle that the mainspring barrel spins on, the mainspring barrel's right here. The lower ports on these, they don't have a bushing or a jewel or anything. It's just a hole in the brass plate, and they wear. And so when they wear, the axle starts flopping around, and then you can run into all kinds of problems as a result. So this will need that repair, and it feels actually really not good. Actually, that's going to need that's going to need a lot of work. So that's one thing to consider. Let's talk cosmetics. Cosmetics aren't bad. The sweep hand is nice. There's a little bit of discoloration on the hand loom there. Nothing terrible. I've certainly seen more serious stuff. This is the wrong hand. It's for a completely different model, and it's also been badly painted. That should be replaced ideally, or if you want, I can paint that to make it look better. Dial doesn't look bad. Dial loom is pretty good, and the indicator ring is relatively unfaded. Overall, it's a pretty nice watch. The only other thing I saw is that the date corrector wheel is bad. When I move through the time to the date changeover, the day does not move. So obviously we've got a problem with the little wheel that's underneath there. So that's something that's going to have to be dealt with. That's some other parts. The nice thing is that your chronograph wheel is good, which is a great find because it's pushing over the minute counter wheel and it's continuing. Also, your stem is complete because the indicator ring turns with the crown as it should. So overall, this is a good project. I know you have $5 into this watch. If you're going to want to bring it back, we can certainly do that. You saw my pricing, and if you want to invest it in this watch, we can certainly make that happen, and you'd have a good keeper. These are going up in value every day. Okay, you let me know. Thank you.